Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your monthly reading, and this is for the sign of Taurus. Taurus, thank you so much for joining my channel and for subscribing to me. I worked out this morning that perhaps people don't realise what the word resonates means, so I'm going to break it down a little bit for the people who are not understanding that. Don't try to make the reading fit. If it's not your reading, it's not your reading. If the Taurus resonate doesn't ring true to your ears or doesn't sound like you, move on to your moon sign or your ascendant. If the reading talks about having a baby and you're not going to have any more children, then it's not your reading. Don't try to make it fit. I'm not quite sure why people try to do that. It happens all the time, you know. I don't want my ex back. Well, then it wasn't your reading. So don't try to make it fit. Guys, just move on. Find another reading. Sometimes you know another reader's what you need too. Many beautiful, amazing readers here on YouTube. We are using the Everyday Witch Tarot here, and I do have the Page of Swords coming out. Well, there's someone keeping a check on you, Taurus. Somebody's been watching you. Somebody either knows you and has been keeping an eye on you, or could be that you're watching someone else that you're interested in. There's definitely spying going on here. We do have the Page of Wands behind that, rightio, so that makes a whole lot of sense. We do have the Queen of Wands, and we do have the King of Cups. Very, very interesting here. So what we have is a person who has come to a realization here that the love they want is out there. And it seems to me they may have found the person that they think that they found love with. This King of Cups is a person who could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but this guy here is absolutely in control of his emotion. It doesn't mean he doesn't feel it, but he is so well balanced now and ready to take on the world. So he's understanding how his emotion goes. This person here, this Queen of Wands, she's a person who's very attractive, is lots of leadership qualities, very in tune with her world. She can be very beautiful, very sexy, but she certainly is to this King of Cups. And what's happening here is he wants to make her an offer, but at this time he's keeping an eye on her because he's not really sure how to speak this truth to her yet. So he wants to offer her something passionate. He sees her as being the person he wants to spend time with, but he's not really sure whether the time is right to make this offer. What I want to say is he's already keeping an eye on this person. So he's already got this person earmarked. So he knows who she is, he knows what he wants, and he's just making sure that he's got no competition before he runs into the fray. Five of Wands coming out first. So the Five of Wands, it's a card that talks about internal conflict. It's about trying to make a decision but coming up with a lot of reasons why you shouldn't. So I always say it's the should I, will I, won't I, do I, don't I sort of card. That's the feeling here. It's like you know what you want to do but you keep talking yourself out of it. We do have the Judgment card coming in next. Now the Judgment card is about karma. It's about having rebirth, coming back, being brought back like the phoenix from the fire, from the ashes. This person here is being given an opportunity to do something again. Could be that they've got the opportunity to rebirth a relationship, bring something back into existence, but there's been a change here. Let's read more to get the idea of why that is. We do have the Devil card here. So the Devil card can talk about narcissism. It can talk about codependency. It can talk about being bound to things, addicted to things. It can be very, very dark behaviours. Interesting. I feel like someone's had a rebirth from this. Okay, Three of Swords. Rightio, before I go any further, what's happened here is someone's had some sort of heartbreak, some sort of hurt here that's caused them to rethink the perspective they come from. They've rebirthed. They're having a chance to do things again in a very different way. They're still in a position of self-doubt here, which is fine because this energy is very new, but they're getting it. They are really getting it. And they're moving forward very quickly with this Chariot. Okay, we do have the Emperor coming after that. So it could be about a person who's had a need for control in the past. Definitely works much more from a masculine perspective. So not really understanding intuition, doing things in a very practical way. They're successful. They do things extremely well, but they're not very in tune with their feelings like the Empress. And we have the Seven of Pentacles here. So someone's trying to manifest something here. Seven of Swords coming in. So it could have been that something happened to this person where they did not either reveal their true feelings or acknowledge their own intuition. Okay, I can see it now. King of Pentacles, that's your card, Taurus. So this is definitely about the Taurus here. And there's an ending of a negative cycle because of this. Okay, let's just have a look again at the cards up front. This is about recognizing there's somebody you want to go after, recognizing that you want to make someone an offer, but not quite being in the position to do this. For some of you, this could be you coming around again on something because you've realized that you have not been wrong, but maybe you were mistaken in the approach you took to this. There is a whole lot of stuff here around codependency and narcissism, very, very strong in this reading. So either you've been dealing with someone who is very narcissistic or you have realized your own codependency. Either way, very, very strong here, and it's come through heartbreak. You could have had a lot of time to think about something that's happened and understood it from now, the right perspective. So instead of looking at it as a broken heart, you've looked at it as a reason to heal yourself, and you have rebirth here. So maybe you were a person in the past who looked at things from a very logical perspective. You did not understand feelings. You did not understand truth from a spiritual level. And the universe has given you an opportunity now to see what that's about. So if you've been a person who's had a very codependent sort of nature, and you've been in relationships where other people have abused or treated you in a way that wasn't correct. You may have had a family where you've come from someone who's narcissistic and you've understood what codependency is in its entirety. It could be that you have had narcissistic tendencies or been a very controlling person, and there's something here that shifted your thinking into moving in a different direction. Now, again, I want to say to you, this could be the other way around. It could flip-flop on the other person. But what I want to say to you then is you look like you're dealing with another earth sign if that's the case. You have in the past withheld your feelings. You've never been honest with your feelings, or the other person hasn't. So it's like you've always managed things from a very logical perspective without being intuitive, without understanding spirituality. And something has come in here to shift your perspective. This is huge awakening here. Because now you're ready to talk. You're ready to talk about everything. You want to dive deep. You want to get in there. You want to talk about your feelings. You want to do the whole works. This is the end of this cycle for you. So you've actually closed out something in here in order to have a rebirth. So it's like you're walking away from things that no longer serve you here. This situation, whether it's been you that's been too controlling and you've woken up to your intuition, you've had a spiritual awakening, or whether you've understood the other person wasn't the right person from you and you've walked away from it, whatever it is for you, Taurus, you have had a huge awakening here. Or, as I said, could be the other person. If it's the other person, they'll be in shortly to tell you a truth. They'll be in shortly to reveal everything to you because they're ready to talk now. And they most likely were not ready to talk before. Okay, so 3 cards wanted to come out there. I just wanted to get a bit of clarification on this Ten of Swords at the end. I have the Queen of Swords, I have Temperance, and I have the Four of Cups. So if this was a person that you have dealt with in the past, they're about to come forward and and offer you something. The thing is, because of the past situation, you may not look at this new offer yet. You may need time. But this person is very, very much in touch with their feelings now and ready to talk about stuff. The timing's right here. So whether this is you or whether this is the other person, there is a big opening up. You've had a major awakening here and you're about to let the world know. It's like you've completely changed who you were. You've really understood maybe, you know, things that have happened in the past. You've really understood your own propensity perhaps to wanting to control things and not open up and be true with your feelings, and you're about to do exactly that. Pachamama come out. Now, I had this card the other day and it talks about something to do with blending with the earth. So let's just read it to you. Okay, this is interesting. It says, you still believe that you've been cast out of the Garden of Eden, that you are motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive or thrive. It is time to stop suffering, let go of that old myth, and realize you were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of Pachamama. Listen deeply to the mother who is always there for you. Walk in beauty and honor all life. To be honest with you, that's the feeling I get from this reading. It's like you really are going to embrace life now. You've let go of control, you've changed your thinking, and you're ready to open your heart and come from a heart space. If this isn't you, you have a person who's coming back or coming into you who is perfectly attuned with spirit, perfectly attuned with the universe, who is going to bring a lot of truth, love, and clarity to you now. Thank you, Taurus.